It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heine, man, what's on your mind?
Mind. Take me on up to the spirit in the sky.
Oh, yeah. We will be doing all mindfulness today. Crystals, hemp. We will be burning sage to purify my... Were you ever a big incense user in your life?
It's a lot of work, and creating romance is not my big strong point. Just ask my wife.
You are romance deficient in your life as far as Chris is concerned. Yeah, in fact, she claimed that you probably sent a Valentine to your mistress on the Mexican border and you forgot about her on Valentine's Day. Is that a true story, or was she just lying to me?
She has no idea of what goes on with me at the post office.
you don't even put it on a calendar. It's so secret. Your affairs are so secret you don't leave any breadcrumbs.
If I was a real player, I would have barraged her with Valentines. She would have just, I would be sending Valentines to 30 different states.
Nice. I would not be good at cheating, I don't think. Because I don't think I cover my tracks at all. I have a horrible poker face. Oh my gosh. I think my wife can tell when I'm lying at any time. So I would not be a good adulterer.
How many women do you want yelling at you at one time?
Okay. So we try and be very realistic on this pod. The realistic truth is I don't have the bandwidth, Henry. I cannot handle all those troubles. I got 99 problems and I don't need another 99.
Another one.
I don't need a single one other problem. So no big incense in your life. Your older siblings never burnt incense. They never did any of that. Oh, did they? I love incense. My brothers did burn it, and man, I love it. But it's not very good for you. I get obsessive with it.
Pollution. Personal pollution. I had
Yeah.
worked with a guy who smoked a pipe, and he had it. It was like, I don't know what his brand was, Field and Stream, something like that. And that smelled good. It had a...
I know. Yeah, pipe smoke
I
is
started going to
fantastic.
shop, and it was like, there's something to that.
I thought you were going to say Field and Stream, monkfish liver, something delicious. I really did laugh a great deal at your monkfish liver pate and your discussions about menudo. That was a classic. Now, do you still subscribe to the You've Never Heard One of These podcasts? We must have 150 posts by now. Have you never heard a single one of them?
I've listened to one or two or whatever, but
So
I'll be getting these accusations about what I said and comments and people who, Heine, when you talk about how cute the little missionary girl was in the Heretic movie. That really hurts. It's like it's like I sent her a Valentine. Nobody really wants to hear you talk about other women, even in the very vague what it's like if I say that I really like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, then I'm gonna go start stalking her or
The
sending her Valentines. It's no. It's I need something to talk about. But apparently that's guy talk and women don't want to hear it. So they don't want to hear it. So I will never talk again about how hot I think Italian women are. And the way they talk about cars and they're kind of fiery, they're going to yell at you, that somehow I think that's sexy. I'm never going to say that. No.
well,
No, because I don't.
I'm glad you made it clear that you don't find sexy hot Italian women talking about cars and speed. You've made it clear. It's crystal clear. You don't like them. You don't like anyone that is
It's
bubbly and
not my
fire.
wife or my daughter-in-law.
No, listen. But do they ever talk about cars or fiery options on a car?
Yeah, they talk about burning cars.
They are
Or
so.
or even worse, they talk about selling cars.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think you could sell this and I could buy some more additions to my wardrobe with the money?
Shoes. Shoes are a very large thing. Tops, shoes, and jewelry are a major thing. Just as this is all about self care today, but since we've talked about folks listening to the pod that are female on Spotify, it's like 70% of our audience on Spotify is female. And the reverse is true on TikTok and YouTube. So I find that very interesting. The guy pod on YouTube is almost all men, but Spotify is big for the ladies, I guess.
Are you fudging the numbers, Johnny? Because 70% isn't divisible by 3.
Three viewers. We know that one of the listeners is your wife because she's mad at you for talking about women all the time. We know that the other one is my
Daughter-in-law.
wife.
Yeah, your wife.
It's my wife. Yeah, it sounds like your daughter-in-law does faithfully. Now, have you gotten any more flack from your sister? Does she appreciate you talking about hot Italians on the pod?
No comment there.
Oh, so she's still watching. Surprisingly enough, we've kept her.
Yeah, that could be. Let's see. My wife. Oh, we're getting to.
4?
If we get to 4 women, then the numbers just
They
explode.
jump. They jump. Yeah, and someone from
Because
Uzbekistan. There's some female from Uzbekistan that just loves us in that war-torn country. So all of you Eastern countries, thank you for putting up with us. That mystery viewer. Self-care. I talk about a tiki tour. I can't ever even focus. I am a squirrel attention deficit syndrome. So self-care, have you ever done other than snail mucus for the glam tightening of the skin pores? Have you ever done any meditation?
no,
No, never gotten into Ravi Shankar and transcendental meditation.
I didn't. I don't know how to. Sometimes when other people are talking to me, it may appear as though I am meditating. I've entered a deep catatonic trance.
I
I don't know if they noticed that, but it could happen.
I will tell you, whenever Chris talks about ballet, her entire aura lights up, and I can just imagine you at the ballet going into a meditative state. I'm just thinking about how gorgeous this is, Chris. I'm not asleep. I'm merely practicing self-care. I'm living my Yeah, there's plenty of times in my life. Anything that involves other people makes me want to just go to sleep. Shoot me now. So tons of people use crystals. Did anybody in your family believe in the power of crystals and astrology?
Not in my family, but
Oh,
I have, we had, if you wanted, do you really want to push that button?
push away. Here we go. Are you ready?
This,
Yeah, we're
this is
pushing some buttons.
when many of our viewers say, Heine, could you stop talking over Johnny or your spirit guide? Because it is though you've entered a ratchet jaw induced catatonic trance. But
Tell him to shut up before you do your story. I do not feel like you talk over me. I have
oh yeah,
never
no.
gotten. They're high. Those people are high. They're using patchouli to hide the pot that they're on because you don't talk over me.
I listen to it. If I do, the reason I don't listen to it is because I don't want to fully face the level of ignoramus that I am. But you pushed the button on the whole thing. So we are, at our business, we used to be in this ancient device called the phone book. And in the phone book, we had an advertisement under magnets.
Oh,
So people would call looking for magnets. And we sold industrial magnets for making sure that there's no shrapnel in your cereal.
yeah.
But people would call for magnets for other things. So one day, once upon a time, a woman calls and says, "Do you guys have magnets?" And, yeah, we have these little magnets. Do you have anything cheap? Yeah, we've got these little round 1-inch slugs that, Well, can I come in and see them? Sure, come on in, drop in, see them. So she comes in and she looks at our magnets that are like a little round tube, very formed out of a ceramic. And she said, this happened a long time ago, so I'm probably paraphrasing and misquoting a little bit, but she didn't like the looks of our magnets because they looked very industrial and man-made.
Oh.
And she said, and so I engaged her in conversation and was quick to learn that she was a holistic veterinarian.
Nice for the pets.
So she kind of said, well, do you have any other magnets that look a little more natural? It's like, I'm sorry, sister, this is all we've got. I said, what are you doing with the magnets? And she says, well, we use them, we're the holistic veterinarian. And so
Was she thinking that the dogs and horses would not like how they looked? I mean, is that the theory we're thinking, that the pets would be bothered by the look of the magnets?
I got no clue what's going on this planet.
Yeah.
So she, she said, well, I need something. We use a lot of crystals in our work, and we have a sick cat, and we're exposing the cat to magnets and crystals, and we're rubbing salves on the cat's digestive system. And so I said, interesting. tell me more about your rubbing salves. How do you rub salves on the cat's digestive system? And she said, oh, well, we're not rubbing salves on the cat's digestive system. We're
No.
rubbing a diagram of the cat with the salves and the magnets.
No.
And I said, shoot the cat.
You need to
That
put
is
that poor
smart
cat
enough.
to sleep. You are killing this cat by not helping it.
They're in another room. And
no.
I
she's
asked,
got Henry, she's got a voodoo doll in the attic that she has she would have been better to be jamming the crystals and magnets up that poor kitty cat's south end of the pole rather than just rubbing it on a voodoo doll in the basement, right? In the potato cellar.
whenever I'm having intestinal distress, I just reach for a big bowl of Raisin Bran. Give that to the cat.
Give the cat some stinking Metamucil. Use a dropper, baby.
So she gave me one of her pamphlets, which somehow I lost because it was so magical. But some of her, she was charging like pretty outrageous numbers, especially for the time. $95 a visit.
Nice.
She did offer grief counseling for pets. So if you had two cats and one of them died, she'd talk the other one down off the ledge. And then her final thing, she said, out in California, this business, I was doing pretty well out there. But here in New Mexico, I'm just, I'm struggling to stay in business.
Because they just shoot the cat. In New Mexico, that's an ex-cat.
Come on, you're not up in Santa Fe. You gotta be raking it in up there.
Santa Fe that's the city for her, right?
It has its own magnetic aura. If they would just drive the cat through Santa Fe on the freeway, it'd probably get better.
Hold the cat by the tail out the window as you drive by the interstate. That cat would do better than just rubbing magnets on an encyclopedia of a cat diagram. I'm all about mindfulness and helping the cat, but
hit the little kitty with a Mando wipe. Please do something quick.
Do something. Mando that kitty cat up, baby.
How about you, Johnny? What experiences have you had with the metaphysical?
I have had all the trappings of it, all the hippie trappings of it. I am on board, baby. Get me, scarves on the lamps. I'll do the whole Keith Richards incense smoke machine. That's all about me. I just like it. I do not feel it helping my digestive tract and my kidney issues. I do the box breathing, the mindfulness. I got my Apple Watch telling me to take a break. Take a break, Johnny. Be a little more mindful. So yes, I do that hippie stuff. I just don't think it gets me too far. I have no Himalayan salt, although I like those lamps that you see at, TJ Maxx marked down, 90% because nobody buys them. I think they're supposed to do negative ions, but who am I to say? I don't own any, but they look fantastic. I like all the trappings of it. I'm all about the deadhead look, but
you've just given me a brainstorm for a new product idea or something. Maybe what I want is what I should make is a lava lamp where the pink dye doesn't bleach out and leave you with just a solid mess with a bubble in it.
Nice.
You thinking?
Negative ions.
The lava lamp, but as you use it, eventually, it just isn't colorful anymore.
Yeah, it just dies out.
You lose the mood.
And I think we should say that it helps your cat's digestive system, so we can charge a $90 a month fee for the use of it. That's the new business model. You charge a fee monthly. You never sell anybody the magnet to put up the
It's a
cat's South Pole.
subscription.
The subscription model. That's why you are the CEO of the podcast. You know your business lingo.
I can turn off the metaphysical powers of the magnet like a snap, just like turning off the heated seats in your BMW.
No $90. No metaphysical salt negative ion, baby. It stops right now. Now self-care. This is our self-care episode. Did you ever do the cayenne pepper diet or white vinegar? Anybody in the family do these crazy diet trends?
Johnny, do you think I can? I can't. I can't talk about my sister.
Oh, hold on.
It's
Your sister has done the sweet, sweet cayenne pepper diet?
there's a lot of binge and purge on that, with the and my son as well. He's on some diet. We're going to purify our bodies by bleeding out all of the fats from TGI Fridays that we've been accumulating.
Oh,
Or
on
I
that
just
subject.
bathe in it.
So you have never done like the white vinegar fast or anything like that, but you are pointing the finger at our third fan, your sister, our third viewer.
If I need to cleanse my system, I just go for a big bowl of jalapenos.
Yeah.
Those little babies are like hot little prunes. And whoo, I'm
And
getting enough diarrhea in my life. I don't need to add a vinegar to it.
they tend to help you remind yourself when you ate it the next day. You're like, oh, that sensation going in, very similar to the sensation going out. At least that's my experience. I mean,
Babies. Talking therapy.
I feel alive as it's swooshing out. Have you ever been a believer of the French practice of the bidet? The bidet, cleansing of the lower portion of the South Pole. Nothing for you?
Those aren't drinking fountains.
Well, they can be. It's just there's a recall on folks that drink from them.
Explains my bad.
It explains a lot of the
touch of halitosis.
Now,
I have not installed a bidet.
you have not?
I don't know where it would go. Probably in the center of the family room.
Trick or treat. Hey, kids, come on in. We got a fountain. It's bobbing for apples in Heine's bidet.
Or you can get,
It's French.
The Japanese toilet like we had in Hawaii, and you sit down. It's like you're in the cockpit of a 747. There's all these buttons and bells and whistles. I'm not touching any of that stuff.
Stay away from my Heine.
Probably get the automatic tampon remover button and poof.
Hello. Hey, that's a transitional. I think there's a button that helps men transition. The remover. Hello. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
What's my altitude? Cruise speed.
The jet engine starts up. Oh, yeah. It's a full service experience. I've never been on one. The only experience I've had is the South Park episode about it, which I love South Park quite a bit. And they have an episode about the Japanese toilet. It's quite spectacular. That would be a treat. They're very good at it. Yeah, they make I did install the adapter for the French experience on my toilet. So yeah, my hiney is cleaned and fresh all the time, which I do.
Fresh as a baby's bottom.
Baby's bottom,
It's as
as
soft as a
long as
baby's bottom.
the baby has gigantic clumps of Concord grapes hanging all over it. Sorry, ladies. The gross button. I'm a little late on the gross button. We try and warn people when we're going to start talking about this stuff. We talk about it every week, and women still listen to this podcast, Henry. I don't understand it.
They're just unaware of the depths that it will reach.
Or reach around. We just do a ton of South Pole talk on this pod. Well, my family, we're just all a bunch of fatty 2x4s. I mean, we're a walking Ozempic commercial. Our genetic code is just to be fat. So yeah, everybody in my family has just constantly been on a diet their entire lives. So I have yet to go on the Ozempic because I mean, it'd be nice to live longer, but are you going to get live longer years like right now when I'm having fun with Heine, or am I going to get years when I'm sitting on a bedpan with a delightful person from the Philippines changing my diaper? I don't really want any of those years. I don't want more of that. So, no. Yeah, I'll take longer life, but
is closing in.
Yeah,
most of the fun experiences meeting magnetic people are in our past.
Yes, most of the zesty party times have passed us. Mathematicians, if you're a mathematician and you haven't done something special, in your 20s, you're dead as far as mathematicians go. So I am it's just never going to happen for me. Everything I've ever done, which was a total of nothing, just a dunghill in Nigeria, I'm finished. My hill has already been groomed. It has already been created.
So, Johnny, have you ever considered, going out and spending some quality time in something like a sweat lodge, or doing one of those things where you go away and perhaps you
The
are
yurt.
No, a yurt. I've been in the yurt.
What is a yurt? Just a tent, or what is a yurt?
It's a round circular. I think they're made out of high impact stress resistant plastic these days. The one I went in. And many of the yurts, which I don't know if these are the ones from the Himalayas, feature a 4-star chef cooking for you. The wine.
I'll do the yurt.
It was not an inexpensive proposition, but it was an enjoyable evening.
How did you get roped into the yurt? That sounds delightful. Yes, I want to do the yurt. Yeah, I'll do some meditation if it's a 5-star Michelin diamond guy.
Yeah. Chris is, she runs in the circles of people who are into the the experiences of life. And so we went, she had some friends who had the connectivity and desire to go eat in a yurt. And Chris said, I've always wanted to eat in a yurt.
What?
And I said, well, I guess this is your big opportunity. So away we went. And I don't know, $500-600 later, we had checked that box.
Had you in your life, Henry, had you ever thought about eating in a yurt in your life? I mean, has this even crossed your mind?
Oh, I knew the day was coming. Sooner or later, I would be eating in a yurt.
So Chris talked about like casually mentioned yurt eating in previous times, so you knew eventually someone would offer it to her.
of these outdoor winter experiences. And
Wow.
and I really, it's
Hmm.
that's I joke about it, but really it is okay, we're doing something different. We're meeting new people
Absolutely.
that we've never dined with before. And there we're dining and we're eating. I can't, the odd thing is, I don't remember what they served. It was only a month ago. It was some meat. There was some meat.
A
There
meat
were no
mange.
jalapeno poppers.
What? No deep fried Twinkies. No funnel cakes.
It was good. It was good. It was good. I've had a lot of good meals and they all kind of blend into but
Yeah.
oddly, I seem to always remember how much the check was.
You are such a butthole, Henry, that your wife is going to watch this episode and she's going to be like, yeah, yeah, that's my husband, the idiot who all he thinks about is the amount of money. And yet it was fantastic and fun and this whole new experience. And the doughboy only thinks about the check. Yeah.
Last night we went out. We had two drinks at the crappy Irish pub and a plate of wings. It's like
Delicious.
$45.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. I mean,
Wings served by a woman wearing a kilt.
yeah. Henry, for sure, you can't even go through a drive-through for under 25. I mean, that's just like not for good chicken wings. That's for nugs. That's for two people, nugs and French fries and a drink at 25. So for sure, your delightful uh Irish pub atmosphere was worth $45 just to get out of the house.
I suppose it was. I have to get one of those, little British car hats, which I have a closet full of,
You need
because
another
that
one.
is what there's a definite Irish pub look that when you go in for your shepherd's pie, you have to it's like, I
Got
didn't
to have a
think these
walking
places
stick.
had that much of a mojo, but
Yeah.
they do
They
amongst
really, yeah.
patrons.
Yeah, it is fun. I do not I live in a cow town where there is way more cows than there are people. So we have no fun yurts or Irish pubs. Hey, wait. I've been around you for a while. My CEO brain is working, Henry. Maybe I should open a yurt restaurant experience with my Michelin star fingers. They'll just be more about Michelin tires that I've changed on cars rather than Michelin star food. But we wouldn't have to talk about that. The, the small print. So you,
Maybe you should just go with a Denny's or a Perkins.
that's probably more up my style. Incense infused yogurts. When my oldest son was little, and he was 6 or 7, there was a yogurt place every 2 blocks in when we lived in Southern California, like yogurt places everywhere. And frozen yogurt is still expensive. It was expensive 20 years ago. Well, he was just learning to be hip. So when he wanted to go to the Golden Spoon yogurt place, he'd go, Dad, you want to go get some G? And I'd be like, what? You know, some spoon, some GS. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yogurt at the GS. Oh, Johnny, are you asking if you want to go to the Golden Spoon yogurt store? Yeah, my friends and I, we call it the G. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, oh, oh. What have I created? Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Hey, here's putting 2 plus 2 together. You could open a new business and call it the Yogurt Yurt. Think
It's
of the savings on buying the letters. A lot of the same letters would be there. You wouldn't have to
Yep.
get like an A.
Nope. Just leave it off.
Right. Those letters that you throw away when you're putting up the sign. Yogurt
Useless.
Yurt.
Absolutely useless. I love it. Henry, I have my fifth job that I can have in my life. I have done it all. I've been dog catcher. I have been holistic healer. I have been your astrological guide to the stars. Now it is yurt yogurt, a winter food experience. Speaking
Yogurt
of
Yurt.
hippies,
Mhm.
so do you have anybody in your life that goes with the natural deodorant, the non aluminum chlorhydrate deodorant?
Not that I no,
Oh,
everybody, no,
you would
everybody's
know.
just avoiding. You would know. Yeah, I don't know. Who eats a lot of garlic and does nothing to cover it up.
Please cover it up. Please. Please cover up the garlic.
No,
Yes. So no for you, huh? No,
I,
no
I,
holistic.
nobody that I allow within 10-foot pole range of
Yeah.
me do I know
Yeah.
of who have.
Yeah. We've known people that, hey, Gerda, my mom used to, we all love Gerda. She used to be like, no, no, I can't buy Arid Extra Dry anymore. It has aluminum and it can get in your system. From now on, I'm just going to go to the peach tree and pull the leaves and rub them under my pits. And boy, howdy, the peach tree leaves are not in any Arid Extra Dry deodorants for a reason. They do nothing for your stench at all.
Why don't you just go through the skunk car wash?
Just, it's skunk season. Man, it's skunk mating season in our neighborhood. You can just do that. You just go mate with some skunks.
Love is in the air.
Like the smell of romance. Maybe that's why Valentine's Day is in February, because all the skunks are all run over in the road. Anyway,
How about, Johnny? Have you noticed any ill effects from microplastics in your life?
I have not. I consume heat stuff in plastic. Everything. I have not had a doctor tell me, oh, when they're checking my eyesight, I see you have a water bottle in your retina. And I have not noticed any plastic bottles in the toilet on my French bidet. How about you? Have you used a Q-tip and found any plastic in your ear or anything?
No, not yet.
They have warned us. Everybody has told us these microplastic, it's in our teeth, ooh, you want to know a health related thing I just learned this week? So a big group of people got tested that definitely got diagnosed with Alzheimer's. They died with the disease. They tested out and they found the bacteria from gum disease in their brain. Ooh, in the brain. So they're like, this is a very bad precedent. So let's check it out. Let's go test a little more. So they tested people's brains that had never been diagnosed, and they had that bacteria from gum disease in their brains. They hadn't been diagnosed. So they're thinking, if you don't floss, that particular bacteria does get in your brain. Ooh.
Membrane.
In the membrane, baby. Just the thought that my juicy green yellow sludge is like going up my brain stem into my brain. Ugh.
I'm gonna go have all of my teeth pulled.
Yeah. Maybe one test they could do as a control is folks that get all of their teeth pulled, do they have a more tendency to not get Alzheimer's? That would be interesting. They don't have that weird bacteria in their brain. Ugh. I love that kind of stuff. I love weird discoveries like that. We will wrap up. We're not going to do a Kenny Loggins spiritual reading this week. Ouch! Oh, that hurts.
Done enough spiritualness.
Well, we have hit the spirit. Oh, one thing a lot of hippies have: tattoos. Any tattoos in the family? Any tattoos or friends or neighbors that got the lovely tattoos?
33% of the United States has a tattoo of some sort.
Yeah, has 33% of your body covered in sweet, sweet peacocks and Chinese lettering?
I see a lot of the tattoos out there, and they're great and pretty neat stuff that people put on their bodies. But putting a tattoo on this body would be like slapping a bumper sticker on a Ferrari.
We'll end with that. Bye-bye.
Namaste.
Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Hein and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's ConveyeEquuip.com.